What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. In this video, we're going to be talking about NIO. So NIO has had a lot of really good news come out about it over the past couple of days. So we're going to go over all of those pieces of news in this video. We're also going to be going over why I think NIO is going to be going to the $100 price point, and I'm going to tell you exactly when we can see this happen. Now, if we come over to the chart of NIO, we can see that they've been dipping pretty hard over the last couple of trading days, and I bought the dip. NIO has earnings coming up on March 1st, so I snagged some call options. We're going to go over exactly what my plan is for that play and the reasons I got that specific strike. So before we get into all of this information, if you guys enjoy the information that I provide for you in this video, make sure you go down and hit that like button and hit the subscribe button and turn on that notification bell if you want to see more videos like this, and comment down below what price point you got into NIO at. So NIO has earnings on March 1st, so we're going to go over the exact play that I picked up. So if we come over to the March 19th expiration date, I've been talking about this $80 strike for a couple of weeks. In the past couple NIO videos I've put out, we've been discussing exactly what price I want to get into these contracts at. We saw previously that these contracts were trading for about $2, $2.50, even as high as $3 a contract, and I was hoping that I was going to be able to snag some of these contracts below $1.50. On this drop today on NIO of about 3.22%, even a little bit more after hours, these contracts lost 21% in value. So I decided to pick up two of these contracts, and I'm going to scale into this position over the next week. If we see NIO continue to drop throughout the rest of this week, I'm just going to average down on my call position. So the reason I bought these contracts is, one, there is some pretty high open interest on this options chain, and two, if we come over here, we can see that on the end of 2020 and all the way up until the early January period, we saw that NIO had a massive run up. Now, the reason for this was NIO Day. So there was a lot of expectations going into NIO Day, and investors were buying into NIO, creating a lot more buying pressure, sending the share price going way higher. So what my thoughts are for what is going to happen with NIO before their earnings on March 1st is that they're going to have a very similar run up to the ones that we've seen when NIO has a very substantial event. So I'm hoping that NIO can hit 80 by March 1st. Now, if it doesn't, and NIO still does have a pretty substantial run up, these contracts are far enough after earnings and have enough time that if NIO does run up to 65, 70, these contracts will still gain a lot in value. So let's get into some of the pieces of news that have come out about NIO that, in my opinion, are very bullish for the company. If we come over here, we can see chairman of oil giant Sinopec visits NIO battery swap station. So if you read this entire article, basically it says that Sinopec and NIO met together and they kind of went over how the battery swapping station works. What this is implying is that Sinopec and NIO are going to be partnering up in the near future, and these NIO battery swapping stations could be popping up at the Sinopec gas stations. This is very important because, as I've shown you in a couple of my other NIO videos, the market for electric vehicles in China and around the world is supposed to grow at a very high rate throughout the next couple of years. The oil companies and oil producers know this, and they need to find a way to adapt to the current marketplace and the marketplace that is going to be happening in the future in order to stay in business. And partnering up with NIO to put their battery swapping stations at their gas stations is a great idea and is going to help them stay in business, and it's going to actually give more options for NIO customers to actually go and swap out their batteries in different locations. In addition to this, we also have the famous investor Cathie Wood, the head investor at ARK Invest, making some very bullish comments about NIO in her CNBC interview. If we see here, we think that China might hold the secret as to the next big winners. We do not own NIO Limited. It's a battery swapping company instead of charging. They swap batteries, and here we go, and that is going to win the day. So Cathie Wood is very bullish on NIO's business model and what they offer to the electric vehicle market. I think it's interesting that she hasn't initiated a position yet, but she also likes BYD, a Chinese automobile and battery manufacturer. It's kind of a competitor of NIO, so that could be one of the reasons why she is not investing in NIO. Now, another reason could be about a year ago, NIO was close to bankruptcy, and she just doesn't want to take the risk in her portfolios. NIO has also gotten some very bullish price target ratings over the past couple of weeks. If we come over here, we can see that Morgan Stanley reiterated their overweight rating on NIO and raised their price target from $33 to $80, which is the exact price point that my calls strikes are at. We also saw that Nomura initiated a buy rating of NIO and gave it a price target of $80.30. So there are two very bullish price targets on NIO right now at this $80 price point. Now, this isn't 100, so that's what I was talking about in my title and thumbnail of this video. If we come over to the option chain of NIO and we go out to December 2022 is when we are going to see NIO hit 100 according to the option chain. So NIO could hit 100 much before this, but the option chain is suggesting, according to the unusually high open interest, that NIO will hit 100 before December 2022. So the open interest on these contracts is about 4,167, which means that that's the amount of contracts that people are holding in their brokerage accounts at the current time. And you can see the cost for these contracts is very expensive at $1,731, meaning that you would have to pay $1,731 per contract. On this specific option, this means that there is in total about $7 million being bet that NIO will go over $100 by December 2022. And in order to break even on these contracts on expiration, NIO would have to go to $117.31. You take the actual strike price and add it to the cost of the contract in order to get that break even price. Now, let's get back to NIO's earnings. And the main reason why I am so bullish and I bought these 80 strike calls, which are pretty deep out of the money. If we come over here, we can see that NIO provided December, fourth quarter, and full year 2020 delivery update. So NIO delivered 7,007 vehicles in December 2020, increasing 121% year over year. And in the fourth quarter, they delivered 17,353 vehicles, increasing 111% year over year. And in total in 2020, NIO delivered 43,728 vehicles, increasing 112% year over year. Now, as I've said before, and I'll say it again about these electric vehicle companies, the actual delivery numbers are not the end-all be-all when giving them a valuation. As we've seen with Tesla, they are valued at over $1 million per vehicle sold. So a lot of what makes up the valuation for these companies is the technology that they're able to put in these cars and the new technology that they project that they will be able to put in the cars in the future. NIO is also creating a new factory in China, and we're also seeing NIO actually expand into the European market throughout 2021. If you watch some of my previous NIO videos, we also pulled up a LinkedIn job posting that NIO posted that had to do with US market expansion. Basically, the details of this job posting said that they were looking for individuals who had familiarity with the US market and were able to come up with some strategies in order to actually get NIO into the US market in an efficient way so that they can gain a significant market share. When you combine all of these different bullish pieces of news coming out for NIO, I really think that it is going to have a very bullish future, and this dip is a very perfect one to buy. Now, nothing I say in my videos is financial advice. These are for educational purposes only, and the strategies that I go over in these videos is meant to help you guys be able to find these types of plays on your own. As we saw with a couple of our previous Palantir plays, we had a couple 1,000% gainers. The second Palantir play actually expired worthless, but if you were able to sell before Palantir had its massive sell-off, you were making at least 200% on those contracts. Now, that's going to be it for this update on NIO. If you guys enjoyed the information that I provided for you, make sure you go down and hit that like button. And if you want to see more videos like this, make sure you hit the subscribe button and turn on that notification bell so you're notified every time I post a new video, so you get to stay up to date on all of your favorite stocks, learn about a couple of new ones, and see exactly which options I am trading and which strategies I am using to trade them. So I hope you guys are having a really profitable day, and I'll see you guys in the next video.